Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, baby, middleweight division, a fight, pretty good fight, that I'm going to watch reluctantly, but I'm going to watch it. And that's your boy, Gennady Golovkin versus Sergey Derevyanchenko, right? October the 5th, popping off on Saturday. You know, and they've been talking up the fight a little bit. It's not that much interest in it, but there's not any Sergey Derevyanchenko's problem. Listen, the reason why I say reluctantly, because this is a pretty good middleweight strap, but people know, most people know what I feel about Golovkin right now. The reason why this fight is probably not even bigger is because Golovkin hasn't fought anybody of note if you take Canelo out of the equation, and that's all he wants to fight. So because of that, because of fighting Vanes Monterosen and Steve Rose, when you could have fought the Andrades and the other fighters, the Charlos and stuff, and have some momentum, people, the interest is waning for Gennady Golovkin. The jig is up, and that's why a fight like this that is pretty good is still not getting any legs. People are not that interested, according to reports. And Sergey Derevyanchenko and Gennady Golovkin, they're going for this IBF, the vacant IBF title. But another thing is, I'm looking at it reluctantly, is because this fight could have happened last year, right? Gennady Golovkin got stripped of the IBF title, which he had, got stripped of it for not fighting this guy when he could have fought him. And instead of fighting him, he went and fought Vanes Monterosen, which we know was out a year and a half. Oh, got a domestic violence issue right now, by the way. Y'all go get my book, Domestic Violence Issue, right? So Vanes Monterosen called him up. He was out a year and a half before that fight and coming off a loss. So he fought him instead of his mandatory in Sergey Derevyanchenko. So it's vacant. Derevyanchenko went on to fight Danny Jacobs in a close fight, losing that when Danny Jacobs goes and loses the title to your boy Canelo, and also a close fight. But Sergey Derevyanchenko was ready for that fight, and it was enough time. It was at least 8 weeks out. So Gennady Golovkin didn't do that. So what's happening is people are not interested. And so that's one of, another reason. You got things popping off with Gennady Golovkin is talking about if he were to win this fight, right? If he were to win this fight that he's basically forced into because he could have fought Andrade or Charlo, but so instead of doing that, he's going to take this one because he couldn't get Canelo either. But if he wins, the things that he's saying about what he would do, like maybe the IBF mandatory because his dude Camille Zamareta, he got like about 20 wins, but 4 knockouts, right? Not ranked anywhere else. That's probably somebody he's thinking about fighting. I hear him talking about Murata in Japan somewhere, right? The regular champion who needs to fight Brandt again because Brandt beat him is 1-1, right? But he's been talking about him because Golovkin was trying to get him before he got beat by Rob Brandt. The regular champion, the one that really doesn't count. He's been talking about that. Or if he can't get Canelo, then he'll go up a division. So when I'm talking about when I'm seeing that's just typical Gennady Golovkin right now. So when I'm looking at this fight, it's just totally reluctantly. But the thing is that's saving the fight, why I'm going to ride with the fight, I'm going to watch it, is Ukraine bring the damn pain. And it's plain, like we've been saying, right? Ukraine bring the pain. It is what it is. Derevyanchenko's from Ukraine, right? He's going to be in this fight. His only loss is against Danny Jacobs and a close fight, right? What did he say? This is what's up. Dude with 1 loss. This is what he's talking about, what he'll do after the fight, who he wants to fight. He mentions Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo. Okay? That's it for me. That's it. That's why I want him to win. I'm going for him. Typical Ukraine bring the pain. He mentions the name Demetrius Andrade because he has a title, and Jamal Charlo, who also has a title because Canelo was the franchise champion. Remember? So that's the WBC and the WBO. He mentions them. We can't see it in any articles. We don't hear Gennady Golovkin talking about it or nothing. Gennady Golovkin complained about Canelo questions, right? I mean, I don't even know why people up there talking to him about Canelo questions. Should be talking about Andrade, but you're not. But this guy, Derevyanchenko, says, I want the best at middleweight, and that would be Andrade and Charlo. And anybody who mentions that in a climate where you know you don't have to, in a climate where you know no one wants you to, he mentions the WBO champ and the WBC champ, the ones that neither Canelo or Gennady Golovkin want to fight and are doing everything to avoid it. I just told you what Gennady Golovkin is talking about, what he's trying to do afterwards, right? This guy is saying, if I beat Gennady Golovkin, I'm talking about Andre and Charlo. He also says Canelo, but everyone's going to do that. The cash cow in or around your division. Canelo is in the middleweight, what Pacquiao is in welterweight right now. Any elite fighter wants that fight. It's the biggest payday. That's not, you didn't get too much props for that. Of course you're going to do that. But it's the articles. They won't mention the right thing. The article will have you say, the article really said, hey, the fans don't want to see GGG versus Andre. They'll tell you that. Like you're not a fan. The fans don't want to see that. Right? But the fans are speaking now. They're not really want to see Derevyanchenko. They didn't want to see Rose. They didn't want to see the Vanis Rosen. They wouldn't want to see like 98% of I say a good 90% of the people that he's fought. If it wasn't Canelo or Jacobs, people wasn't really trying to see none of that with Gennady Golovkin, right? Because it was probably smaller. But you're going to tell us we don't want to see Gennady Golovkin versus a WBO champ? That's not. We do want to see that. Don't tell the fans what they want, right? But you would say, well, we want to see him against what's my man, Murata. And if he goes up and wait and go fight Billy Joe Saunders, who just comes off the dope. We want to see that. You like to tell America what they want to see, right? Because you're thinking the demographic. But we're seeing that. They would tell you that Tyson Fury's the lineal champ, and everybody want to see him. But the numbers say different. 3,500 people come to see a heavyweight champion fight against anybody. Right? Now, I don't know, 3,500 people, that's all you got? Have to give away more tickets? First fight with him without Deontay Wilder was 5,000 tickets? Right? Don't tell people what they want to see. You damn right. We would have wanted to see Andre versus Canelo for undisputed at middleweight. That fight would have sold just because you would say it loud. The winner is undisputed champion in middleweight. You won't do it because that could possibly be someone else that you don't want it to be. And the same thing here. Every article is telling you that you don't want to see Gennady Golovkin or Canelo versus Andre or Charlo. And that's exactly what we want to see. So I'm going for Ukraine bringing the pain, Sergey Derevyanchenko versus Gennady Golovkin. But mind you, that don't mean who's going to win the damn fight. Because we are still talking about shit Triple G here. So we'll leave it at that. Dome Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about here, y'all.